Hey everybody, welcome back to the AfterLife SMP server season 5. And do you like my arrow, by the way? I think it's pretty cool. You see the little arrow behind me? This is where our storage came out of here. There's a little bit of confusion on the server as to where my storage went, so I decided to put this giant arrow pointing to the one little sign that says it's been moved to the community barrel. So there shouldn't be any more confusion anymore, skunk, that my storage has moved to the community barrel. Read my signs, please. Anyways, since the last episode, let me show you all what I've been doing. So I had some llamas up here. I think I showed you at the end of the last episode. I have since moved these down here because I forgot I have an extra pen down here. Why not just use it? So that's what we're doing. And I have been breeding up some llamas. So the way that this scheme is going to work, I need to know which llamas have which kinds of storage. So these ones here just have 3 slots. These ones here that have the green carpets have 6 slots. That's how I'm going to be color coordinating them. And then over here in this shulker box over here, yellow carpets will have the 9, brown will have the 12, and cyan will have 15. Yeah, that's how I'm going to be able to discern in this pen which is which. And eventually the ones with the lower number of slots are going to die, maybe, or just get put somewhere. They're totally not going to die. We're just going to throw them into a deep dark cave down below this island, or this base, whatever you want to call it. Definitely below the island. Something else from the last episode that I realized I forgot to mention, or forgot to include, was this cool thing that we mentioned in the episode called Craftle. And I recorded a couple of clips. Craftle number 7, I think, was happening in the last episode that week. Each new week, the creator of the game essentially puts a new recipe together. So Craftle, if you don't know, is essentially a game where it's like Wordle but for crafting recipes in Minecraft. So you kind of have to keep guessing. You have to keep putting stuff into hoppers, and it's a big thing. You guys will see it. But yeah, I played Craftle number 7. I just got finished playing Craftle number 8 as well. I didn't start till number 7 just because I wasn't super interested in it beforehand. But yeah, I wanted to show y'all what the game is and what we did. So let's roll those. And down the Craftle path we go. The first hint for number 7, shulkers and pots, not chests and barrels. At first I thought it could be a bundle. I was thinking types of storage. Then I thought maybe a wood pickaxe. I was starting to get down the route of house is broken. Then I thought about a chiseled bookshelf because that was a little kind of storage as well. And I finally got down to a piston, and it's a piston because I believe you can move chests and barrels, but you break shulkers and pots with a piston, I believe. Number 8, the fastest way to destroy your tools. This is a really tough one because there's a whole bunch of different ways you can break your tools pretty quickly. I started off with TNT, moved on to flint and steel. Then I thought about destroying it, quote unquote, with a smithing table, turning it into a new tool. Then to a crafter to be able to craft things. And then finally to a blast furnace, which was the answer for this one. Number 9, holds 3 of the same thing. I made a rookie mistake and chose cauldron, even though cauldron had already been used in a previous Craftle that I was not a part of. And you can't, in this game, there's no option to choose one that has already been chosen. So that was definitely not it. I then went over to a chiseled bookshelf once again, thinking about the rule of 3s in terms of making bookshelves. And then I landed on beehive because you can have 3 bees in a beehive. Number 10, the only hint was container, 1 word, and this made it really difficult. I tried barrel at first because when I think of things like shipping containers, I think of barrels. However, that was not the answer. It wasn't nearly as simple as that. The answer ended up being fence, and the reason it was fence is because when you lay fences down, they're able to contain things like animals or different kinds of mobs.
Glass slab, what could that be?
Number 11, our hint was glass slab. Now, the obvious one here is glass pane, so I tried that one first. That wasn't correct. That was too easy. But the real answer was daylight detector. And I think that makes a lot of sense given that there's like glass on top of the daylight detectors. I think that makes a lot of sense. Number 12, E piston or Y piston. I immediately thought for this one of sticky piston, and that's how I got the answer. I honestly thought it was going to be a lot harder than that. This one ended up being pretty simple, thankfully. And lastly, we have bone, hay, gold, soul sand, iron, emerald, wool, etc. I was thinking more archaeology and some of the things you could try to get from that, so I chose brush first, but actually the answer was note block. Putting these different kinds of blocks underneath of note blocks is how you create different sounds, hence why note block is the answer. I should have known this because I did this recently for gold, so I should have known it, but it took me 2 tries. So the real question you have for me today, though, is what in the world are we going to be doing? Well, there's a couple things that I want to do, and we need to start off by adding some artwork to our hole. So yeah, we've got these heads. We've got a cow head, we've got a pig head, we've got a llama head, we've got a goat head, which the goat head was very difficult to actually figure out how to do. I'm glad I was able to actually figure that out. And they denote where the storage is for the things that we use to breed up. So the pigs are on this side, and we have, for instance, carrots here. So that's how I determined where the heads would go. So this has been a long time coming. I'm glad I finally got around to doing this, but down here is kind of where I want to spend today's episode, because as you can tell, yeah, this is supposed to be storage, and you saw earlier today that I got rid of a lot of the storage up there. Well, the only storage I have right now is over in my spawn house, and it's not enough. It's not nearly enough storage for what we need. So I know I need an auto sorting system of some kind, but really just a bunch of barrels or a bunch of chests or whatever I want to use. I think I'm going to use barrels just because I don't like the idea of the entities, the number of entities essentially, or the number of non-solid blocks, if you will, that would be around here if we had chests. So yeah, I really want to use barrels, and I want to do a ring all the way around the inside of this base area, which means got a lot of digging to do. So I got to get my pickaxe out. I got to get to work and see what kind of area we're going to dig out. 'Tis the season of love. As you can tell, folks, there's some decorations coming up around spawn here. Not Christmas or winter themed anymore. They are Valentine's Day themed. I think Miney put them together, and maybe some others were involved in that as well. But that's not what I'm in spawn here to show you all. I've actually been doing some work. There's pretty little banners there. I've been doing some work over here at the tower project, and I wanted to give you a quick update as to what all has been happening. You may have already seen some of this stuff. I can't quite remember if I've shown you, but I have the pathway all the way around the tower, and I've recently been working on some of the tunnels. So you will have already seen that tunnel. I've already been working on that. Over here though, this is the tunnel that goes to the jungle, and I'm using basically the same design and just taking it through this mountain as well, all the way through the end here and connecting up with the jungle, so anyone can kind of take their horse out into the jungle. Not that anyone's gonna come out this way. This used to be Puff Space over here. You can see where his tree farm, ex-tree farm, I'm not really sure, is right here. His pyramid's over there. His base used to be here, but at the very least we'll have a tunnel out to here, so yeah, people can ride their horses, and if they don't want to use elytra, or the trend recently has been to not buy rockets, I guess. So if they want to actually walk on foot, they have a pretty easy path now. So I'm back over here at the base, and I think you all are really going to enjoy what you're about to see. So I've been doing some work on the storage, and kind of see by the shulker boxes down here, I have cleaned out the entire circle here. So all of this is done exactly how I want it to. You can kind of see what I started over there. Essentially though, this is going to be a donut. I mentioned it a little bit earlier, a donut all around the inside here, and the goal being these outer areas here will be all kinds of barrels and chests and whatever I want to put there. Hopefully we'll do some redstone where we can do some automated sorting, specifically with shulker box unloaders and things like that. But I have been working on what the storage is going to look like over here. You can kind of see what I'm going with here. I've tried a bunch of different pillars, a bunch of different kinds of blocks, several streams later, and I think we've settled on this. So the pillars are going to be deep slate. The chests, we're going to have bulk storage here, some bulk storage in each of the 4, I guess, flat sections on each side where the entrances are. And then all around the inside, yeah, I'm still kind of working on what it's going to look like over here, but all around, well, I guess the outside of this donut, the inside of the outside, is going to be barrels. So it's going to extend all the way around here. My plan is to do it around this entire ring. Now that may sound like a lot to you, but as I found in my storage system in my single player world, you cannot have enough storage because I already feel like I'm running out of storage in that world. And that's a lot of the bulk storage. And I have 3 layers of storage in that world. So I don't think there's such thing as too much storage. I think you can always just have more. So this is what I'm planning on doing. This is what I am planning on doing for the storage throughout here. The floor here, I'm going to try to extend, I think, this pattern into here. I'm not sure yet if I want to make it at this level or if I want to do a half slab up. I'm not really sure, but we'll try some things and we'll figure it out. You can see this kind of design here that I'm going with as well. We're going with some of the spruce or the stripped spruce as accents, but mostly deep slate. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with the ceiling here. Probably some kind of, either some hidden lighting in it, or do like some chandeliers or something, or some kind of hanging lantern. Something along those lines could work out pretty well. You'll also see that this, we haven't dug out behind here. If I'm going to put in redstone, it needs to go back behind there. I still plan on doing that, but I'm really focused right now on the aesthetic, because what's most important to me out of the storage system is the aesthetic. Whenever someone flies down here, I want this hole to look amazing. No matter where you go, no matter what entrance you go into, I want to make sure it all gels, it all looks great, and then functionality can be a little second. I don't think it's going to be that hard to add in some automated storage anyways. I already know what I'm doing for the design for this. These are probably going to be the Tango Tech sorters like I did in my single player world. So I already have ideas of what's going to happen for the auto sorting for that. So I'm not that worried about it. Anyways, as you can tell, there's a lot of work left to do here. And my goal for today is I want to get 1/4 of this done. So whether that is, well, let's see. I definitely want to do there, I think through there, through the flat section here. I would love to finish up through the chest area here. That includes ceiling. I don't know if we're going to get that done, but that includes ceiling. So yeah, let's see what we get done. At the very least, we'll get floor in and we'll get something for that. I got to make a decision about the slabs. But outside of that, we've got some walls to fill in, we've got some pillars to make, got this middle section to figure out here. So I think the middle is actually like right here. Yeah, it's actually right here. So we've got that to, or actually, is it right there? No, it's right here. I was off by 1 block. Sorry guys, or 2 blocks, whatever it was. Anyways, I've got some work to figure out. I've got some stuff to figure out. Let me get back to work and see what progress I can make. I think you all are going to love this. Do you see what's behind me? That, ladies and gentlemen, is a completed storage area. I did actually complete 1/4 of our storage, and I want to show you all what I've done. So if we turn around, that is bulk storage, obviously in the middle here. We're going to have each of those in the 4 corners. I started working on some of this area over here, but to the right, you can see I've completed a whole quarter circle, quarter donut, if you will, all the way around this area. Not automated. It's just the aesthetics, just the placings of the barrels and the chests and the decorations and all the different blocks that we are using has been done here. So let me go over exactly what design this is and what this looks like going forward as well. So continue with the basic design using the deep slate here. I moved all the way around. I think the gap between the pillars here is about 9 blocks once I get here instead of 7. I thought it made more sense for the donut here. But using a lot of different textures of deep slate, a lot of different variants. You'll see the ceiling, I decided to go with quartz. I thought that the white would look pretty good against the rest of the blocks that we have here. It's a good contrast. We put some lights in the ceiling as well. When we look further down here at the walls, you've already seen like the barrels over here, but the walls here, we ended up going with mud, packed mud. It was a suggestion from stream as well. So we went with packed mud bricks, we went with packed mud, and we went with mushroom blocks, the brown mushroom blocks right here. I've added in various decorations around here as well. You'll see some leaves, you'll see some cauldrons, you'll see some lights with the lanterns and various pots and things like that. And then for the pathway, or I guess the pathway, but like the flooring around here, the packed mud basically ties in this wall with these barrels over here. That's the whole reason to use them around here. The mud here I thought tied in well with the deep slate here, and then the mangrove wood here just ties in all the way over here with our pathway out on the balcony, and that needs actually to get fixed. That's better. Anyways, that is what the design for our storage is going to look like, and I'm going to put some automated storage stuff behind here, but for now it's just going to be manual until we get that sorted. And what I really want to do is take this design and then replicate it on the other 3 quarters. So that's going to be the next thing that we're going to need to do here, replicate this design along the 3 quarters, and then we'll come back and revisit the auto portion of things. Oh, and each section here is going to have crafting benches and stone cutters and ender chests, things like that. But one more thing I have to show you all, and you can see it actually kind of here. I have finally transported a llama. If we fly over this way, I have finally transported a llama over here, and I've already shown Skunk this, so he knows that it's here. Transported a llama over here to the Moss and More shop. You can see the llama here. This little bit works. Press the button for service. It was supposed to work. There we go. That was weird. Anyways, this llama works. We're still kind of deciding on the carpet here, but I went ahead and put some moss blocks in here. The whole idea of this being, you push the button, llama comes up, llama has stuff to give you. So, and Skunk can do whatever he wants to with that. I just took the blocks out of here, but yeah, I think it fits the area, and it's been a long time coming. So I'm glad I was finally able to do that for him. As you saw, it's only 9 chest slots for the llama. Eventually we want one with 15, but I figured for now, since there's not really been a llama there for the last year or so, that I would at least want to put one of the good ones that I have right now. And then once we get one with 15 slots, we can put a new one in there. But folks, that's gonna wrap things up here for today. I think it's been a pretty productive episode. We're getting started on our storage. I will continue to work on that. I will continue to make progress over here at the base. And I've always got a list of things to do. So more in store for this year, what's gonna happen on the server. But thank you all so much for watching today's episode. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure to leave a like. If you're new around here, feel free to subscribe to the channel to get updates on when new episodes of the series and other series come out. But anyways, folks, take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.